How many times have you held yourself back because you were waiting for the perfect moment? How many times have you hesitated, doubted yourself, or let fear creep in and steal your momentum? Listen, life doesn't wait. The people who win in life, the ones who break through, the ones who turn their dreams into reality, they don't sit around hoping things will work out. They act as if everything is already working in their favor. Think about it. What if you walked into every room like the opportunity was already yours? What if you approached every challenge like you were guaranteed to win? What if you carried yourself with the energy, the confidence, the certainty of someone who knows that life is happening for them, not to them? Because here's the truth. Fear paralyzes, belief mobilizes. The second you shift your mindset, the second you start acting as if everything is working out for you, you change the game. Your mindset shapes your reality. Act with certainty and the world responds. Fear paralyzes, belief mobilizes. You don't need proof to believe. Belief creates proof. Opportunities appear when you move with confidence. Every setback is a setup for a breakthrough. Energy attracts results. Bring unstoppable passion. Success follows those who expect it. Take action now. Momentum creates miracles. Your life changes the moment you decide it will. You said Keynote No 0.1 and Keynote 2, expand it into 1,000 words. Don't add any sentences. Don't add any headings at first. Mention the keynote name. ChatGPT said, your mindset is the foundation of everything you experience in life. It determines how you see the world, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately the results you achieve. Two people can face the same situation and walk away with completely different outcomes. Why? Because of their mindset. One person sees obstacles while the other sees opportunities. One person focuses on the problems while the other is constantly searching for solutions. The way you think, the way you interpret events, the way you process information, all of it creates your reality. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a negative state of mind, everything seems to go wrong? If you wake up dreading the day, expecting stress, expecting disappointment, somehow those expectations seem to come true. You attract what you focus on. Your energy, your thoughts, and your emotions send signals out into the world, and the world responds. If you're always looking for reasons to be frustrated, angry, or afraid, you will find them. If you're always searching for proof that life is unfair, that nothing ever works out, guess what? You will find it. But the opposite is also true. People who expect great things, who believe in themselves, who trust that life is working for them instead of against them. These people create a different reality. They walk into a room and radiate confidence. They attract opportunities because their energy draws people in. They see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. This isn't some kind of magic. It's psychology. Your brain is wired to reinforce what you already believe. It filters the billions of pieces of information around you and focuses only on what aligns with your mindset. This is why two people in the same situation can have completely different experiences. One person walks into a room and feels like nobody likes them. They assume people are judging them, and as a result, they act closed off, nervous, maybe even defensive. Another person walks into the same room believing that people are open, welcoming, and interested in them. They smile, engage, and bring a positive energy, and as a result, people gravitate toward them. Same room, same people, different mindset, different reality. This is why you must guard your mindset like your life depends on it, because it does. If you let fear, doubt, and negativity control your mind, they will control your life. You will hesitate, you will procrastinate, you will talk yourself out of taking risks, out of stepping up, out of showing up as your best self. But when you take control of your mindset, when you decide to focus on what's possible instead of what's wrong, when you train yourself to see the opportunity in every situation, everything changes. Rewiring your mindset isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about training your brain to expect success, to expect progress, to expect growth. And that starts with awareness. Start paying attention to the stories you tell yourself every day. Are you constantly reinforcing limitations? Are you telling yourself you're not good enough, not smart enough, not lucky enough? Or are you feeding your mind with thoughts of strength, resilience, and possibility? The moment you catch yourself thinking small, shift your focus. Instead of saying, I can't, ask, how can I? Instead of saying, this won't work, Ask, what needs to happen for this to work? Every thought you have is either moving you closer to success or further away from it. Choose wisely. Your environment plays a massive role in shaping your mindset. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are the people in your life building you up, challenging you to grow, and pushing you toward greatness? Or are they feeding your doubts, your fears, your insecurities? Your mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of confidence, belief, and determination, you will grow success. But if you allow weeds of doubt and negativity to take root, they will strangle your potential. Be intentional about what you expose yourself to. Read books that inspire you. Listen to people who uplift you. Put yourself in environments that challenge you to be better. At the end of the day, your mindset is your choice. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you've been through, or what's happened to you in the past. What matters is what you decide to believe about yourself and your future. You have the power to shape your reality. You have the power to rewrite your story. But it starts with your mindset. Act with certainty and the world responds. When you walk through life with certainty, you move differently, you speak differently, you take action differently. People can feel it. They can sense when you believe in yourself, when you are absolutely convinced that you are going to make things happen. And because of that energy, the world responds to you in an entirely different way. Opportunities that were invisible before suddenly appear. Doors that seemed closed begin to open. People who once ignored you now want to be part of what you're building. This isn't luck, it's the power of certainty. Certainty is not about having all the answers. It's not about knowing exactly how everything will unfold. It's about making a decision that no matter what happens, you will figure it out. It's about trusting yourself so deeply that even when things don't go as planned, you refuse to back down. Most people are waiting for certainty before they take action. They think, I'll go all in once I know it will work. I'll commit once I have proof. But that's not how life works. Certainty isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. Imagine two people trying to sell an idea. One person hesitates, second guesses themselves, and stumbles through their pitch. The other person speaks with conviction, with confidence, with absolute certainty. Who do you think people will listen to? Who do you think will inspire action? It's not always the one with the best idea. It's the one who believes in their idea the most. This is why certainty is the ultimate game changer. When you act with certainty, you eliminate hesitation. You don't waste time doubting yourself. You don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. You move, you adapt, you figure things out as you go. And because of that, you create momentum. And momentum is everything. When you hesitate, when you hold back, when you overthink, you lose energy, you lose opportunities. But when you trust yourself, when you commit fully, you gain power. Think about any successful person you admire. They didn't get there by tiptoeing around their dreams. They didn't get there by waiting for the perfect moment. They got there by acting as if success was inevitable. They got there by stepping into situations with unshakable certainty, even when the odds were against them. This kind of certainty isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop. It's a muscle you build by taking action, by facing your fears, by proving to yourself over and over again that you are capable. The more you step into uncertainty with confidence, the more certainty you create. It's a cycle. And the more certain you become, the more the world responds to that certainty. When you believe in yourself, when you carry yourself with power, people notice. They listen to you. They trust you. They want to be around you because certainty is magnetic. It draws people in. It creates influence. It moves things forward. The people who change the world are not the ones waiting for permission. They are the ones who decide in advance that success is already theirs. Fear paralyzes. Belief mobilizes. Fear is the greatest thief of dreams. It stops more people from reaching their full potential than failure ever could. Fear is what keeps you stuck, hesitating, questioning yourself, and playing small. It's what whispers in your ear, what if you fail? What if they laugh at you? What if you're not good enough? It creates hesitation, and hesitation kills momentum. The truth is, fear is not real. It is a construct of the mind. It is an illusion designed to keep you safe, but in reality, it only keeps you trapped. The people who achieve greatness are not people without fear. They feel fear, acknowledge it, and then push through it. They understand that fear is nothing more than an indication that growth is on the other side. Most people let fear dictate their actions. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for certainty. They wait until they feel ready. But that day never comes because fear never truly disappears. It just changes form. If you don't learn to push through fear, it will always control you. It will always be the reason you don't take action, the reason you don't step up, the reason you stay stuck. Fear only has power when you let it stop you. The moment you take action despite fear, you take your power back. You prove to yourself that fear is nothing more than a mental construct. Belief, on the other hand, is the great mobilizer. When you truly believe in something, when you believe in yourself, in your vision, in your ability to figure things out, you take action. You don't hesitate. You don't overthink. You move with confidence, and that movement creates results. The people who change the world are the ones who believe they can. They are the ones who refuse to be limited by fear. They are the ones who take risks, who step into the unknown, who act with certainty even when they don't have all the answers. Think about the people you admire. Think about the great leaders, the innovators, encouragers, the pioneers. They all had fear. They all faced uncertainty. But they didn't let it stop them. They had belief, they had conviction, they knew that their vision was bigger than their fear. That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not intelligence, it's not luck, it's belief. The belief that they will figure it out, the belief that they are capable, the belief that their dreams are worth fighting for. Your mind will always try to protect you from the unknown. It will always try to keep you in your comfort zone because that's what it's designed to do. But growth never happens in comfort. Success never happens in comfort. Everything you want is on the other side of fear, and the only way to get there is to act. The longer you hesitate, the stronger fear becomes. The more you let it stop you, the more it controls you. But the moment you push through it, the moment you take action despite it, fear begins to lose its grip. It begins to shrink. And with every step you take, belief grows stronger. Belief is a choice. You don't need proof to believe. You just need to decide. You need to decide that you are capable. You need to decide that your dreams are possible. You need to decide that you will make it happen. And once you make that decision, once you commit fully, you will move. You will take action. You will create momentum. And once you create momentum, fear no longer has power over you. You don't need proof to believe. Belief creates proof. Most people wait for proof before they believe. They wait for signs, for validation, for certainty before they take action. But that's not how success works. Success is not something that comes to you when you wait. It's something you create through belief and action. The people who achieve greatness don't wait for proof. They don't wait for permission. They believe first. They decide first. And because of that belief, they take massive action, and through that action, they create the proof they were looking for. Belief is the foundation of everything. Before there was electricity, someone had to believe it was possible. Before there were airplanes, someone had to believe humans could fly. Before there were smartphones, someone had to believe in the possibility of connecting the world in a way no one had ever seen before. Every massive achievement started with belief before proof. Because belief is what fuels action. It is what drives persistence. It is what keeps you going when things don't go as planned. The mistake most people make is that they look at their current circumstances as proof of what is possible. They let their past dictate their future. They say, I've never done this before, so it must not be possible for me. They say, I don't see how this could work, so I won't even try. But that's backward thinking. That's how you stay stuck. The reality is, if you want to create something you've never had, you have to believe in something you've never seen. You have to trust in your vision even when no one else sees it. You have to have the courage to take action before the results are there, because it's that action, that commitment, that belief that ultimately creates the results. Think about a time in your life when you accomplished something you once thought was impossible. Maybe it was getting a job you never thought you could get. Maybe it was achieving a fitness goal that seemed out of reach. Maybe it was overcoming a challenge that felt insurmountable. At one point it seemed impossible, but you kept going. You took action. And because you took action, you created proof. You turned a belief into reality. That's how everything in life works. The people who achieve success don't have guarantees. They don't have special advantages. What they have is an unshakable belief that they will figure it out. And because of that belief, they take action. They experiment, they fail, they adjust, they keep moving, and through that process, they create proof. The mistake most people make is that they think they need to feel ready before they start. They think they need to know everything before they take action. But the truth is, clarity comes through action. Confidence comes through action. Proof comes through action. You don't need proof to believe, you need belief to create proof. Think about a baby learning to walk. They don't need proof that they can walk before they try. They don't wait for someone to explain the science behind balance. They just believe. They believe because they see others doing it. They believe because they feel the instinct to move. And because of that belief, they take action, they stand up, they fall, they try again. And through that process, they create proof. That's how progress happens in every area of life. Belief is not about wishful thinking. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about making a decision that no matter what, you will find a way. It's about choosing to focus on what's possible instead of what's difficult. It's about having the courage to take action before you have all the answers. And when you do that, when you move with that kind of certainty, the world responds. Doors open, opportunities appear, people take notice. Because belief is magnetic. It draws in the right circumstances. It creates the momentum you need to turn dreams into reality. Opportunities appear when you move with confidence. When you step forward with confidence, the world reacts differently. People listen to you, respect you, and see you as someone worth paying attention to. Confidence isn't just a feeling. It's a force that changes how you interact with the world. Most people wait for opportunities to come to them, but opportunities are attracted to those who create movement. When you take bold action, when you show up as if success is inevitable, doors begin to open. It's not luck, it's the law of momentum. The moment you hesitate, the moment you second guess yourself, you disrupt that momentum. People don't follow uncertainty, they follow conviction. If you approach life timidly, waiting for permission, waiting for the perfect moment, you will always be a step behind. But if you walk into every room, every challenge, every opportunity with the energy of someone who belongs, someone who is ready, people take notice. They offer chances, they introduce connections, and they trust you with responsibility. Confidence isn't about knowing everything or never feeling fear. It's about trusting yourself to figure things out. It's about deciding that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you have something valuable to offer. When you move through life with that mindset, you naturally attract situations that match your energy. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who seem to have doors open for them. It's not because they're lucky, it's because they walk with certainty. They exude an energy that draws people in. And because they expect opportunities, they find them. The brain is wired to seek confirmation of what you believe. If you believe in your ability to succeed, you will notice pathways that others overlook. If you doubt yourself, you will miss the chances that are right in front of you. The way you carry yourself changes everything. People can sense hesitation, they can feel insecurity, but they can also feel power. And when you bring that power into everything you do, the world responds accordingly. Every setback is a setup for a breakthrough. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to let failure define them. Every obstacle, every setback, every challenge is not there to stop you. It's there to prepare you. It's there to make you stronger, smarter, more resilient. But most people don't see setbacks this way. They see them as proof that they should quit, that they're not good enough, that success isn't meant for them. That's why so many people give up too soon. They don't realize that every great achievement is built on a foundation of failures that were turned into lessons. When you shift your mindset and start seeing setbacks as setups, everything changes. Suddenly, failure isn't something to be feared. It's something to be used. It becomes fuel. It becomes a tool for growth. Every time something doesn't go as planned, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I use this? What's the lesson here? The people who rise above, the ones who break through, are the ones who embrace setbacks as part of the journey. They understand that the universe isn't against them, it's refining them. The struggles you face are shaping you into the person who can handle the success you're working toward. If everything came easy, you wouldn't be prepared for what's ahead. The challenges, the failures, the disappointments, they are all sculpting you into the version of yourself that is ready for the next level. Energy attracts results. Bring unstoppable passion. The energy you bring into every situation determines the outcome. People are drawn to those who radiate passion, who show up with enthusiasm, who operate at a higher frequency. When you bring unstoppable passion to your work, your relationships, and your goals, you create momentum. Passion is contagious. It influences those around you and makes you stand out. The most successful people are not just the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who care the most, who are the most driven, who refuse to operate at anything less than full intensity. Your energy is your brand, and the world responds to it. If you show up with hesitation, people sense it. If you bring half-hearted effort, results will reflect that. But if you attack each day with full commitment, with excitement, with an unshakable belief in what you're doing, you will find that doors open, opportunities appear, and people rally behind you. Passion fuels resilience. When challenges arise, those who are truly passionate push through because they are deeply connected to their purpose. Passion keeps you moving when others quit. It transforms obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into lessons. The intensity of your energy determines the speed of your success. If you want bigger results, bring bigger passion. The world rewards those who play full out, who commit fully, who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Success follows those who expect it. The people who succeed in life don't just hope for success, they expect it. They operate with a mindset that says it's only a matter of time. This expectation shapes their actions, their decisions, and their outcomes. When you expect success, you prepare for it. You act as if it's inevitable. You don't hesitate. You don't second guess. And you don't wait for permission. You move forward with certainty, knowing that everything is aligning in your favor. Expectation creates confidence, and confidence creates results. If you approach life thinking success is unlikely, you subconsciously sabotage yourself. You hesitate, you procrastinate, and you settle for less. But when you expect success, you take bigger risks, you seize opportunities, and you persist where others quit. The way you see yourself and your potential directly impacts the results you get. If you carry yourself as someone destined for greatness, the world treats you accordingly. Expectation is not arrogance. It's a decision to focus on what's possible rather than what could go wrong. It's the mindset that fuels champions, leaders, and innovators. You don't get what you want, you get what you expect. Train your mind to expect growth, progress, and achievement. When you do, success becomes a natural outcome rather than a distant dream. Your mindset shapes your reality. Think powerfully. The way you think determines the way you live. Every action, every decision, every opportunity you seize or miss is a direct reflection of your mindset. If you think small, you will act small and your results will match. If you think powerfully, you will move and success will follow. Most people let their circumstances dictate their mindset, but the most successful people understand that their mindset dictates their circumstances. When you choose thoughts of strength, confidence, and possibility, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to take actions that others hesitate to take. Your beliefs set the standard for what you achieve, and if you don't believe something is possible for you, you won't take the necessary steps to make it happen. A powerful mindset is built through intention. It requires constantly feeding your mind with empowering beliefs, rejecting negativity, and conditioning yourself to expect the best. The world responds to the energy you bring, and when you train your mind to think powerfully, your actions will follow, your confidence will grow, and your reality will begin to shift in your favor. Act as if success is already yours. The fastest way to attract success is to embody it before it arrives. When you act as if you are already the person you want to become, you begin to make decisions from a place of confidence and certainty. You stop waiting for external validation and start carrying yourself with the energy of someone who belongs at the highest level. This shift changes everything. The way you speak, the way you walk, the way you approach challenges. Everything starts aligning with the version of you that has already succeeded. When you act as if, you reprogram your mind to see success as inevitable rather than distant. You create habits, routines, and behaviors that naturally produce the results you want. The mistake most people make is waiting for proof before they believe, but the reality is belief creates proof. When you move through life with the posture, mindset, and confidence of someone who has already achieved their goals, the world takes notice. People treat you differently, opportunities appear, and circumstances begin to align in your favor. Success is not about waiting, it's about stepping into your future self now, making decisions from that place, and allowing the results to catch up. Now is the time to step up. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. You've got to act as if success is already yours, as if every challenge is setting you up for something greater, as if the world is working in your favor. Because when you bring that kind of energy, when you move with that level of confidence, doors don't just open, you kick them down. Stop waiting, stop hesitating, start owning your future. Because the people who expect success, who demand it, who live it before it even shows up, they are the ones who win. So go out there, make it happen, and remember, you don't get what you want, you get what you believe. This is Tony Robbins. If this fired you up, if this hit you right where you needed it, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Now go make your move.